Hello everyone. Today we team benchmarkers from NITI Mumbai, India will be presenting the case solution for 2016 Global PtakPrize Challenge. First of all, we would like to thank SCNext for giving us an opportunity to present the case on an international scale. My team benchmarkers consist of 3 members. I am Mahendranath Yadav. Alongside me is Arun and Rohan Chaudhary. Now, I will take you through the case solution. To begin with, we present the executive summary, the problem statement. This presentation presents the problem faced by Tim because the manufacturing department was unable to ship the products on time due to improper inventory management, which caused frequent material shortages and expediting of existing orders. Despite a constant growth in top line, the bottom line did not experience any growth as the manufacturing setup was unable to scale. Objectives: to address this problem, we have used the theory of constraints approach, which includes the following steps to improve the performance of the system. At the first stage, we identify the system's constraint and then we exploit the same. Then we subordinate everything else to the above decision, followed it up with elevating the system's constraint and finally repeating the cycle. Deliverables: by implementing the proposed solution, an improved inventory system, customer service level and on-time delivery is expected. To take the presentation forward, I would like to call upon Arun.
Having completed the executive summary, let me take you through the case overview and proposed solution. Here, we have listed down 6 key problems that has been mentioned in the given case study and the solutions that can be given for that. Firstly, the client is facing huge problem with the work in progress inventory that is spread all over the factory. To address this, we should follow strict implementation of 5S principle at workplace, in which only required quantity of inventory will be stored. Frequent 5S audits should be carried out to ensure sustenance of the initiative. Secondly, we should improve the customer service level. Since we have multiple stakeholders in the entire value chain, all the supply chain incentives has to be aligned towards measurable customer service level. This will motivate different stakeholders to coordinate with each other and attain the global optimum to reduce the total supply chain cost. Up next is the pressure from competition due to technology upgradation. Since the client do not have sufficient expertise in touchscreen and voice input devices, which is integral part of the client's product, we should try to develop core competencies in this area to make ourselves more relevant for the future. For this, the client should form a joint venture or shall go for a merger and acquisition. Next point is related to the inventory levels. The client is facing huge inventory carrying cost. It has been mentioned that the part level forecast accuracy is very good at 90%. But even then, there has been a huge shortage and missing parts. Hence, the client should go for SKU level forecasting to improve the product availability. The last strategy is related to the postponement. Since there is a need to reduce inventory, the client shall follow postponement strategy so that the product differentiation is delayed till the point so that the aggregate planning can be done. Next, let us look at the financial performance of the client for the past 21 period. It is evident from the given graph that revenue has been constantly increasing, whereas profit has been saturated with negligible growth. Hence, moving forward with the equation of profit, we can interpret that the cost has been increasing. Hence, our approach in the case is to reduce the cost at each level of supply chain. Next, Mahendra will continue with operations management approach for cost optimization.
Since it's a problem pertaining to materials management, we have focused on the key aspects of throughput, inventory, and operational expense. Throughput is the rate at which the system generates money through sales. Inventory is all the money the system has invested in purchasing things which it intends to sell. Operational expense is all the money the system spends in order to turn inventory into throughput. Throughput is the money coming in, inventory is the money currently inside the system, and operational expense is the money we have to pay out to make throughput happen. Throughput. In this stage, we identify the bottleneck and increase its utilization to increase overall throughput of the plant. For this, the mode of operation is efficient utilization of existing facility and add capacity based on customer demand and RCCP, that is rough cut capacity planning. Then, we focus on the inventory of the system, which is raw material, work in process and finished goods inventory. And we use GIT and vendor managed inventory to optimize the same. The inventory and strategy that we utilize is standardization and postponement of common parts which will reduce inventory. Then we focus on operating expenses. Production cost has to be brought down by eliminating non-value adding activities using Lean and Six Sigma principles. We can go for Kaizens, which states continuous improvement of manpower productivity using man-machine chart, which will eventually reduce operational cost. So, the efficiency of the plant are dipping somewhat because they are consuming excess inventories. When the inventories are exhausted, which will happen as a result of increase in throughput, efficiencies will come back again. Now I would like to call upon Rohan to carry forward.
The sales forecasts were 90% accurate, but they are at the product family level. For more accurate demand planning so as to avoid demand shortages, SKU-wise demand forecasting needs to be incorporated. This will in turn improve our production planning and scheduling strategies. The formula to obtain SKU-wise demand planning is B equal to D SKU cross T plus SS cross Z, and Q equal to B plus D open minus D closing minus TS. So here B is the buffer size, D SKU is the average consumption of SKU, T is the replenishment time, SS is the safety stock, Z is the safety factor. Q is the suggested order quantity, B is the buffer size, D is the opening balance of average consumption of SKU, D closing is the average consumption of SKU, and my TS is the stock in transit. Another problem that was stated was that shortages existed for components that were coming from overseas. This is a sourcing problem for which two different approaches can be suggested. In terms of local sourcing, the client needs to generate a large supplier base so as to have a lot of options open and induce stiff competition amongst them. When sourcing from overseas, the inventory from all international vendors need to be aggregated so that minimum ordering and transportation costs occur. I would like Arun to continue from this.
It was clearly mentioned in the case that the client has introduced several new products into the market. Hence, in order to successfully implement our solution of SKU level forecasting, the client has to adopt vast diffusion to model to accurately predict the demand for new and innovative products. In this model, the target population is divided into innovators and adopters of different level. Hence, before forecasting, we have to understand the target population through a basic survey that will tell us about the proportion of population who are ready to experiment on new products and those who would like to follow the innovators and adopt the product based on the feedback. Hence, the entire production planning has to be aligned based on the revised demand values. Now, let us go through the question on whether the client can increase the price or not. To answer this, four basic factors has to be considered. First is the price of the substitute product like Chinese product which gave us a shock to us in the past. Next is whether the product is sufficiently different or not to justify the cost. Lastly, it is about the price elasticity of demand which has to be very low so that the increase in price do not decrease the demand of the product. Based on this, we suggest the client that he should not increase the price of the product, rather he should concentrate on reducing the cost. Next, I would like to invite Rohan to take forward the roadmap.
The roadmap for Tim for the next 6 months is as follows. Month 1. 5S needs to be implemented to make the workplace more organized. At the same time, work in progress inventory needs to be reduced. Month 2. Forecasting at SKU level needs to be implemented. As discussed before, vast diffusion model to forecast for new products should be implemented. Month 4. As newer forms of data entry like voice and touch screens emerge, joint venture may be established with these new technology players. Month 6. Six Sigma implementation needs to be completed for improving service level and procurement lead time. Here are few of the references. In the end, we would like to state that we were given the case study and we identified the problems and gave the solutions for that. And we thank SCNext for giving us the opportunity to present at the international level. Thank you very much.